Hi friends, this is Whitney with Faith, Trust, and Christ. We hope you guys are having a blessed day. Today on the channel, we are going to be talking about the Disney dining plan. So Disney does offer two different types of dining plans. There is the table service meal and the quick service meal. Today we are going to break it all down for you to see if it is worth it for you and your family for your Walt Disney World trip. We're going to start off with the table service meal plan. The price is for an adult $95 per person per day. For children, it is $27 per person per day, and that is the ages of 3 through 9. So what comes with your table service meal plan? It is one quick service per day, and that also comes with a drink or an alcoholic beverage. If you are over the age of 21, you do not have to get that. We do not drink alcohol, so we just decline that and just get like a soda. And then you do get one table service meal per day, one snack per day, and one resort refillable mug for the length of your stay. If you have the dining plan for your children and they are between the ages of 3 through 9, you will get a resort refillable mug per child. Now let's jump into the quick service meal plan. For the prices, for an adult is $57 per person, and for a child it is $24 per child. And again, those prices are per day. Now, what comes with the quick service meal plan? It comes with 2 quick service meals per day per person, and they do both come with drinks. And again, if you want to get a soda or if you are 21 years and older, you can get an alcoholic beverage. It does come with 1 snack per day and 1 resort refillable mug per person. So some things to note if you are going to be getting the Disney dining plan. So anything that you do not use the day of will roll over into the next day. So for example, if someone in your party doesn't use their snack that day or a quick service, it will roll over into the next day. But you will need to use all of your snack credits, your quick service, your table service meals, all before the end of your trip. So with myself and my 2 little ones, we would get 3 snacks per day per person. Well, honestly, if we would get a snack, we typically would split it, or my little ones would split it between themselves. So we typically would have a leftover snack for the next day. At the end of the trip, we had quite a few leftover snacks, so I just went into the confectionery and just bought some gummies that were already pre-packaged. That way I could bring it home and my little ones could enjoy it almost like a Disney Blue treat. So your dining plan will be for everyone in your party for the length of your stay. So everyone who is staying in the same room as you will have the dining plan if you decide to add it on to your Disney trip. If your party is larger and you are all not staying in the same room, you can just get the dining plan for your room. So for example, we have a very large family we love to travel with, but if Davey and I just wanted to get the Disney dining plan for ourselves and our kiddos, then the rest of my family didn't have to get it if they are staying in different rooms. So something to know about your refillable mugs, they can only be used at the resorts. They cannot be used at the Disney parks, but you can use them at different resorts. So say you're staying at the Grand Floridian and you are just exploring the monorail resorts. If you're at the Contemporary, you can go to their quick service and refill your resort refillable mug right there, or even at the Polynesian. And it's just not for the monorail resorts. It can be used at all different other resorts, but those refillable mugs are only for resorts. Something else to note is your mugs will have a chip in the bottom of them, and the cast member will set it to the time of your stay. So you will not be able to use it on your next trip. You will only be able to use it while you are at Disney World for this trip. So something to know about snacks. Not all snacks are covered on the Disney dining plan. On the menu, when you're about to order a snack, you're going to see a little DDP, which is Disney Dining Plan, on the menu, and it will tell you if your snack is covered. If you have any questions, just ask a cast member. They will be happy to help. Also, when you are at a quick service or at a table service, not all of the add-ons are covered within the Disney dining plan, so you may need to pay for those. Just ask your server, they'll be happy to help. Now, there are certain meals that do require 2 dining service meals. Those are fine dining and signature dining meals, as well as some character dining meals. So Akershus for lunch and dinner does require 2 dining credits, but not for breakfast. Fairy Tale dining at Cinderella's Royal Table also requires 2, as well as Storybook dining at Artist Point with Snow White and Be Our Guest. Other places that require 2 dining credits is dinner shows, private in-room dining, and pizza pickup meals at quick service, which is mostly value and moderate resorts. Now, on our last trip, we did have a little bit of a hiccup. So I do want to share that today we were in Epcot, and for lunch today we were going to do the Lotus quick service, and when the gentleman rung us up, he used 2 table service meals instead of 2 quick service meals. So I went over to the Blue Umbrellas to see if they could help me out and figure that all out. So they had me call our hotel, and they figured it out for me, the guest relations with the hotel, and so they just refunded and got our table service meals back to us. So we are very thankful that they did that, and we are really enjoying the dining plan right now. So far it's been really nice. So I do want to say, when I called guest services through Saratoga Springs, which is where we were staying at, the gentleman was really nice. He apologized for the mix-up. He told me that sometimes that does happen, and if it does happen to you, just go into your My Disney Experience app and you can call your resort and explain what is going on, and they may be able to help you. For all of the problems that we did have, he did give us 2 extra quick service meals to use for the very next day. And that cast member did not have to do that. He just gave us a little bit of pixie dust just to make our trip a little more magical, and because we had spent a lot of time on the phone and at guest services just trying to figure it out. So how to use your dining plan. When the meal has ended, or even before, just let your server know that you have the Disney dining plan. If you have your Magic Band, it's going to make it a little bit easier. You can just scan your Magic Band. It will take the credits right from your My Disney Experience app. If you don't have the Magic Band, you will need to get a Disney Resort ID, and you can speak at check-in at your resort about this. So if you are traveling with members of your party that do not have the Disney dining plan, just let your server know at the start of your meal so that they know how to split up the checks. So how to keep track of your Disney dining plan credits. On your My Disney Experience app, under your resort reservation, you're going to be able to see the Disney dining plan if you have purchased it. Now, it will not show up within your app under your resort reservation right up until the time of your check-in. That's when you will be able to see all your Disney dining plan credits. Now, everyone who is staying within your room at your resort will have their Disney dining plan, and all of their credits are within the same exact spot. So for example, you are going to be able to see everyone's credits. So if you are staying 4 days and you have 2 people in your party, you will see 8 snack credits. So you will just need to let everyone know in your party that each person gets 1 table service meal per day, 1 quick service meal, or 1 snack per day. Or if you have the quick service plan, you have 2 quick services and 1 snack per day, so that not one specific person uses all the snacks all in one day. Now, for gratuities with the Disney dining plan, they are not included in any meal except for the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review and Cinderella's Royal Table. If you want to pay for those gratuities with cash, please let your server know, or it will be added to the card that is attached to the Magic Band or your room credit card. Now, if you are a party of larger than 6, you will have an 18% gratuity that will be added to your bill. Now, over on Instagram, I asked my followers if they had any questions, so we're going to just jump into those questions. Is the Disney dining plan always the better option? I honestly think it depends on you and your family. You can make it worth it, but I do have to say you have to be strategic. Checking those prices of the restaurants before you book them, making sure that you get the best bang for your buck. So for example, I honestly wouldn't get the Disney dining plan and go over to Artist Point. I love it so much, but you do have to use 2 table service credits, and I honestly don't think that it is worth it on the Disney dining plan. I would just pay outright for it instead of using 2 dining service credits. Now, that is just my personal opinion. You may or may not agree with me, but that's just my opinion. Another question I had was, is the Disney dining plan worth it for every trips or just with longer stays? I will say those resort refillable mugs are where you're going to get the best bang for your buck for those long trips, just because you can go and refill those in the mornings, in the evenings, and that's honestly what we do. We do spend most of our time at the parks, but if we are getting those resort refillable mugs in the mornings before we go to the parks, we'll go and refill them, and then at night we will go refill them again. Another question I had was, will you be getting the Disney dining plan for every trip? So I have to be honest with you guys, I don't think I will get it for every single trip. It just depends on the length of the stay and where we are planning to eat. Just because it depends on the prices at the restaurant or the character dining meals. It just all depends. So I can't say yes or no. I feel like it can be very beneficial for you and your family, but you do have to be strategic and make sure you are getting the most out of the Disney dining plan. Now, my last question was it worth it? I have to say yes, for our specific trip, it was worth it. It was really nice to have. We knew what restaurants we were planning to go to, and they were higher priced, and they all fell within the Disney dining plan. We also knew to use the quick service meals and get almost like the higher priced quick service. I really liked it for this trip. Also, for my kiddos, a pro tip for you mamas out there, you can have your kiddos split a kids meal if they are not that hungry or if it's a big kids meal. That way you can use those quick service meals again. So say for breakfast you can use it, and then again for lunch you can use another quick service meal. That way you can kind of strategically use your Disney dining plan for your little ones. Now, if Davey was with me and we wanted to split a quick service meal, we could have also done that and just saved one of our quick service meals for another day. We hope you guys have enjoyed coming along with us and learning a little bit about the Disney dining plan and how we used it for our family. If it has been helpful for your family and your trip, we would love if you would like and subscribe and join our community. We hope you guys are having a blessed day, and we will see you guys real soon.